So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. After 9 long weeks of racing we have come to this, the grand final of season 21. 16 drivers from 4 teams are going to compete to try and claim the crown. We are here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps to decide where this season's team title go to. So an hour's race ahead of us then. Qualifying has already been done and we are going to go through the action from the race that's just completed then. And helping me go through to that, we've got a trifecta, a tripod in the commentary box along with myself. We've got Mr. SBY, Sean, and we've also got the preheated oven. Good evening, gents.
Good evening, Lee.
So well then,
Oh,
9 weeks of racing.
very tense.
Very much tense. And so here we go then. It's all come down to this. This is what everybody's been playing for this season. This is the team goal. And here we are, Spa-Francorchamps, all in the equal cars. How do we think this is going to play out?
Ooh. Well, let's have a look through. Let's have a look through the teams then and see exactly who we've got, and then we'll make a judgment. And I will put my neck on the line. I will make a decision as to who I think is going to win. So we've got. I mean, looking at the qualifying results, we've got Rom on pole, and Rom is forming part of Team Rebellion.
Yeah, Team Rebellion.
So that is Rom Elson, Captain Chubbs, who looks to be 5th at the minute. Homer, who's P3, and Biggles, who is P11. So that is not a bad start for them. Yeah, I did say on the Twitter before we started that Rebellion dark horses perhaps for this, because they did finish, I think, 4th in the table, so claiming the last of the qualifying spots for the final. But definitely one to watch.
I don't want to say they were carried by their GT2 arm, but Rom obviously in the title mix, and I think Homer was 3rd in GT2. So
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. So yeah, definitely strong GT2 lineup. But obviously we'll touch on why that might come into play after we've gone through all
absolutely. So Team Halfords, you can see blue flag on the front row. So we've got blue flag. We've got Mikey, and we've got Aaron and Graham.
Mikey ahead of both Aaron and Graham. Wow. Shocking effort there from the GT1 boys.
You ever seen the day? I mean, Mikey, of course, coming off the back of a fantastic Dragon Trail performance, but unfortunately for him, this is not Dragon Trail.
A good run last week at the wet race at Tokyo as well. So yeah, he's got into form at just the right time for Team Halfords there as they snuck in on the final couple of weeks.
And then we've got T. Smith, the fastest of the GT1 qualifiers, leading Brawn GP. So it's T. Smith, Ross, Switchback, and Bread. So we've got Switchback and Ross side by side there.
The regular season teams winners.
Yeah,
they qualified with the most points across the 9 weeks in both divisions.
And Bread there in P15, and then our final team is BWT Racing, led by the GT1 season champion Witchell, but he could only manage P12 in qualifying. So that is Witchell, Pine, Derek, and Marley. So we've got Marley leading in 6th, and then Derek 13th, and Pine 16th. So lots to do for BWT, and those are the teams.
So very interesting one, this.
We need to touch on the fact that obviously the mix of the GT1 and the GT2 grid. Now to even it up slightly, the GT2 drivers are all on the soft tyres, the GT1 drivers are all on the medium tyres. So the GT2 drivers, although maybe perhaps a couple of tenths slower overall, have a superior tyre in this race, which is why we've got the likes of Rom, Blue Flag, Homer, Marley up at the front, and Witchell, Pine, Aaron a bit further back. So that's obviously going to be a key factor in this race. Now, one thing, of course, that Spa is famous for is its weather. Now, there is the chance that the weather could play a part in this. I was listening in to some of the boys practicing before, and one of the lobbies had pink rain, which is the most severe rain you can get. So there is the option there. We don't know what's happening.
Could well be a re-leveler, should we say?
Indeed, very much so.
All right.
Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. An hour's 27 laps ahead of us, about an hour's race. Here we go. We've got 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and the grand final is go. That's a bad start there. Who was that? Getting a tardy start there, about 4 rows back.
Homer and Ron both getting equally good starts. I think Simon as well.
Good start then alongside Rom as they round La Source for the first time. All the Halfords cars are getting squeezed out over the AstroTurf on the exit. That's Aaron. And it's Rom then who's going to lead us down through Eau Rouge for the first time. Up the hill through Ready, on they go. Behind the curves, watch out for penalties.
Yeah,
penalty already for
straight
blue
away.
flag.
I'm surprised it's not Mikey first, but there we go.
Oh, he didn't take the bet on that one, did he?
No, we didn't.
He's not 11+7.
The only thing that
never
happened is
mind.
he started too far back to get the first penalty.
Another Halford's car with a penalty there as well. They come into LeCun for the first time. Blue flag takes the lead from Rom.
It's a great
Smith
move,
up
that
to
was.
third. And we're looking ominous. Homer in fourth. Chubbs in fifth. And Ross in P6. Switchback P7. So Brawn and Rebellion going really well at the moment. 3 cars up in the top 7 as Ross slams it down the inside of Chubbs there through Brussels. Switchback trying to follow him through. Down towards No Name. Chubbs comes back, leans on Switchback.
Ooh, Switchback very wide.
Bread, so Bread's up as well. Brawn going really well early on here.
That's
He
fantastic
does have a
start from
penalty
Brad.
as well, by the way.
he was back of the pack. Don't know how he's managed to get up there.
He's
I believe he
up the
was.
inside of
Started
Mikey
15th.
through Puon.
Still one to watch out for, Witchell, because his race pace is something of the alien territory, regardless of a tyre.
I don't know if you was. I don't have any game noise.
I've got it.
I do. Potentially change the settings in the tyre.
Yeah,
But
let
I
us
don't. It's weird.
do let us know in the chat. Anyone, just make sure we can hear the noise of the racing as well as the noise of us. Ooh, Aaron just clipping the edge of that curve. It's dangerous there, but he's got away with it and got past Biggles. Which we have making a move up on Switchback. He's got a much better run, got the slipstream, and he's through. Good. We can hear the sound. Good. So coming around to the end of lap 1, Rom leads the way, followed by Blue Flag, T. Smith, Homer, Ross, and then Captain Chubbs and Bread. Initially, off the first few corners, it looked like some of the GT1 boys were making a move, but it's all evened its way back out. I think Bread has probably made the best start from P16 or P15. I think he was actually on the grid, all the way up to P7 after 1 lap.
What I will say, boys, is this doesn't look like a very sunny and happy Belgium, does it?
Cloud lingering over the circuit already. So go on board with that and then up into Eau Rouge for the second time. In the back of Marley, Switchback just ahead as well. Marley there, over the curbs, runs a little bit wide. That might be a penalty. Goes side by side with Aaron, who's looking for the slipstream from Switchback. They're down the Kenmore Straight. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? And the answer is it's going to be Aaron. Oh, Marley comes back at him though. Contact. Everybody survives there. There's Mikey bouncing over the curves as Pine gets through.
Yeah, it's a great overtake that is.
On the liveries here, these 4 liveries go special for this race, all looking absolutely superb.
Yeah.
That half Chrome Rebellion one, I think, takes it for me.
No, the Halfords Crow one's also very nice.
Yeah. Of course, we don't have favourite liveries or favourite teams. We're all very
There's no
neutral.
favouritism in F3.
No, never. Except for Mikey. We love Mikey. Occasionally.
Yeah, never any favouritism. Occasional blindness when it comes to final laps, but
When it comes to Mikey.
What are you on about? Nothing, we saw nothing.
we've done nothing, exactly. Well, nobody's getting away here.
Well, still leading, but Blue Flag still in touch. Homer there as well, so it's a GT2 1, 2, 3 at the moment.
I can only imagine how difficult it is to keep up on those medium tyres. Fuel is obviously going to be the limiting factor here.
Yep.
Rather than tyres. Even so, it'd be interesting to see if we get any sort of heavier tyre wear on the soft tyres towards the end of the stint, which might affect. We'll have to wait and see.
Witchell going to Blanchimont. Looking nice and tidy through there. See if anything down Bread.
Strategies could play a big part here because depending if rain does come and on what lap it does come, the medium tyre runners could be on the better tyre, depending how early this rain comes, if it comes at all.
You've got rain to think about, you've also got your teammates to think about and what they're doing. There's a lot to ponder as you try and thrash your way around this circuit.
There's Aaron's right up the back of Zach there. Mr. Huge Legs himself.
Chances are Aaron probably just leant behind him and slapped Zach in the head. So Zach is Aaron's this week, so just want to put him off, just because he slapped clip around the back of the ear, put him off. So if that goes off at any point, that's probably what's happened.
If Zach does send Aaron into the wall here, we do know Zach will not be sleeping somewhere comfy tonight.
Be in the sink.
Now, the 3W BWT boys are all piled up together as well at the back there. So a great start for their team.
Oh, big twitch there. Who was that? That was Ross having a big snap at the exit of Lacoon.
It doesn't surprise me with Ross.
So,
one eye on the track, one eye on Iron Brew.
Ross is super smooth. Well, Rom looking imperious at the moment, but Blue Flag is starting to close down again.
Yeah.
These two, of course, duked out for the GT2 title. Went all the way down to the last race. Of course, Rom unfortunately missed the last race, so we had Oblivion standing in. Blue Flag just snatching that on the final week. Ooh, another penalty there, T. Smith, with a half-second penalty then. So just struggling to get that car turned. There's been a lot of whinging about this car this week.
Oh, we've gone for an action shot.
The race has actually froze in real life too. I'd just like to point out, I was actually going to compliment Tom and say, look, he's doing really well there to keep up with Homer, and this is the last time I ever compliment him ever. I don't compliment him in real life, and I won't compliment him in GT again.
I mean, I suppose he's just going to spend the next 2 days just abusing himself.
Yes, he has a very shiny head, look, his car.
Is that really. Why? That's Marley there, just almost binning the car on the kitty litter. It's away with it then.
Doing quite well though, Marley. Being consistent. That's all you need to do.
Marley showing flashes of pace this season. He was very good to Daytona. Unfortunately, his races kind of got interrupted by a few incidents. So he's definitely got pace. Let's see whether it transpires in this race. But the three now just starting to edge away. Steve Smith has just served his penalty, so he's back with Ross now.
He has kept position.
Ron, Blue Flag and Homer. Blue Flag with the fastest lap of the race.
It's an interesting one because obviously if it was a driver's race and purely trying to win the race by yourself, you'd probably just try and run away the front three. But depending on what's going on behind them,
if you're going to get maximum points, you may as well run away, to be honest.
Yeah.
But when we say we're looking at the battle here, obviously T. Smith and Ross will probably work together. Can they back Chubbs up into Bread, for example? At the moment, those are the two teams who seem to be in the best chance. It's all going to come down to their fourth driver. Now, at the minute, Rebellion will be ahead. Obviously, with Zach further back ahead of Biggles.
What we'll do as we go through is sort of every few laps we'll probably from the end of this lap onwards, I think every few laps we'll run through the order, and then we'll be able to give a live update on the points as they stand for each team.
All over the back of Ross, looking at the inside into Brussels, gets the inside line. Ross around the outside, but ends up on the AstroTurf. And through goes Chubbs. Good move there.
Splits the Brawn boys up. Can he chase down T. Smith though?
Chubbs has been having some electric pace this week. Bear in mind, Chubbs on the medium tyre. This is Ross. Bread behind them on the soft, which will also starting to loom into view. Can't count him out of this one, but at the minute, BWT, Halford's on the back foot. So in the minutes between Rebellion and Brawn, but a long way to go.
Yeah, still very early doors in the race. I will say though, I think providing Homer can catch up to Blue Flag here, this could help Rom out. I think even if Rom was to back Blue Flag up just a little bit, allow Homer to come in and just put some pressure on, it would give Rom a bit of a cushion there.
That's probably about second and a half at the minute between Blue Flag and Homer. The minute Blue Flag is probably in slipstream range of Rom, so Rom pulling him along. That Chubbs starting to close on T. Smith, so Witchell now also on the back of Bread. Into the bus stop then to complete lap 4.
So Chubbs has closed that gap quite quickly, hasn't he?
So quickly, the weather's very quickly cleared up as well, so beautiful blue skies now.
So just coming across the line now, looking at Witchell in 8th, Aaron in 9th, Marley in 10th. See, we've got a bit further back, we've got Pine in P11. Derek, and then Switchback, and then Mikey and Graham. Biggles at the back. Okay.
Change for the lead. Blue Flag has taken the lead of the race, and so a mistake from Rom somewhere. Possibly through a Rouge. And that has handed then the initiative to Blue Flag now. So what can he do now? He's got some clear track in front of him.
A very consistent driver is Blue Flag. So I think with a bit of open road in front of him, I
I think a lot of people say consistent pain in the arse when you're behind him. At the minute,
yes, that is very true.
He seems to be at the pace and not backing anybody up, so he's at the minute he's driving freely.
The new fat controller, I would say.
He said that Ron has latched back onto him by the look of it. So Chubbs all over the back of T. Smith.
Okay, here are your end of lap 4 team standings. So in 4th place at the minute we have BWT on 27 points. We have Halford's just ahead of them on 28 points in 3rd, and Brawn in P2 with 38 points, and Rebellion leading with 43. Now a reminder that there is points for fastest lap and for pole, so we'll need to take those into account as well.
So we're already getting
1 point for each, is it?
I believe it's 1 point for each, yes. I'll double check though.
So 1 point for Rebellion. Oh, round goes Brett!
Oh!
Coming out of Paul Frere corner, onto the AstroTurf, and around he goes. And that's going to... Oh, and who's that going off as well?
It's Marley.
That's
Marley.
So double drama at Paul Frere. And that definitely changes the dynamic for Team Brawn.
I've just on the team standings and they've all started binning it. I'll have to do it again now.
All that work Sean's put in and Bread and Marley just immediately ruined it.
This is real-time spreadsheeting going on here.
So started lap 6 there. Blue flag still leads Rom. Back on his tail now though. Homer sitting nicely in 3rd as well, and a bit of a gap back to T. Smith in 4th. We've still got Chubbs behind him. P6 is Ross, and Witchell in 7th. Aaron's now 8th, but has a half-second penalty. Pine now 9th, or he just tips a wheel on that AstroTurf, switch back up to 10th. Derek is 11th, Graham 12th, and Biggles up to 13th. And Mikey in 14th. In the pits has come Marley at the end of lap 5.
Wow.
That's an early stop.
Marley isn't afraid to make a brave call on our strategy, as we saw in Tokyo.
I think him committing to a 3-stopper then, probably.
Unless he's seeing a bit of rain coming.
From Graham down at 2 Lecoum. He does have a half-second penalty as well. So Graham will inherit this place if he can stay on the back of the BWT car. They're almost into the back of him there. Big slide from the Halfords car.
Yeah, so just to clarify, it's 1 point for pole, which went to Rom, I believe. And then 1 point for fastest lap at the end of the race.
Lights are on, doesn't it? There seems to be a bit of a haze coming over the circuit again.
I think that's down to my poor dad jokes.
I wonder what tyres Marley has gone on to. Just out of
he's on the soft.
Unless he's gone to intermediates. No, he's on the soft. Never mind. I thought he made an incredible call. He's just done an early pit stop.
Still quite blue. I think it's a bit misty again, but it's the minute seems okay then. There's a lot of foursome here, getting close together. T. Smith still ahead of Chubbs. Ross is there, and Witchell now right on the back as well. He's just served his half-second penalty there, so he's just dropped back a little bit. It's Ross now under pressure from Witchell into Blanchimont, and we're going to see him moving to the bus stop this time. Witchell to the outside. He's trying to fake back up the inside. Ross shuts the door.
Difficult corner to overtake that. I've defended well.
Pushing him around into the pits comes Ross. But Ross into the pits at the end of lap 6.
Ooh.
So maybe Marley's strategy call wasn't as out there as we think it was.
They're going for some clean air, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
This pack then, so battling, losing a little bit of time. That does obviously limit his strategy options. It's committed now probably to, I think they're talking about 8 laps on them, so probably a 3-stopper for Ross.
I think so. That has given Witchell a bit of air now to catch Chubbs, which will then bring him
in slipstream range as well. So
we'll bring him into the fight with T. Smith for 4th place, the lead of the GT1 runners.
It's getting very grey again over the circuit now. Look, very grey now. That's weather definitely coming back in again. So we're going to see some rain.
Do apologise for that. That is my fault for being Brummy. We do bring the weather with us wherever we go.
On the outside of Brussels. Quite close enough. Which will there? These three have concertina together. Up front, meanwhile, Blue Flag doing a really good job in front, just extending that gap to Rom again. Homer just sitting there in P3 though, so at the minute, all looking good for Rebellion.
There are the two cars at the back, Marley and Ross, who have pitted, but there is a lone car there all the way at the back. Is that Bread, maybe?
That might be Brett, that might be Marley. Of course, he was the first one in after having had a spin. So I think that's probably Ross, Marley, and Bread. I think are the last three. So Bread's the one currently at Brussels. I think Ross is at Lacoum, and I think Marley's the one coming down the Cumnall Straight.
I think you are right. As always, of course, Lee.
I try.
Now Tom's going to use his big bold head here to block any overtakes. Mr. Defensive himself.
Launching on then. Here we go then. Here's Chubbs fancying a move. Does Witcher fancy a move? Into the pits comes blue flag from the lead. End of lap 7.
Chubbs has gone down the inside.
Chubbs there getting up the inside. Got tagged the back of T. Smith. That causes him to have a wobble. Chubbs backs out and Witcher makes the move down the inside. As they head along the start finish straight into La Source, he's got the inside, and that should be move done. Although Chubb's going to send it around the outside, trying to hang on to position. Compromise Mitchell's line down the hill we go.
Starting to see here.
Tom, though, isn't it? No.
Mitchell has got the move done.
Starting to hear who's been able to save their fuel.
Definitely.
Chubb's there in the dirt, yeah. Almost
might be a penalty.
Wide through Rouge. Has he avoided a penalty? He hasn't. So Mitchell upper place and is immediately latched onto the back of T. Smith, who's now defending down the Camel Straight. These two have been duking it out all season for the GT1 title. Which will then just pipping T. Smith, who finished really strongly.
Tom doesn't normally crack under pressure. Let's see how he holds out now. A very fast driver behind him. He's pulling along another fast driver in Chubbs.
Pit stops have started, then blue flags out in P11. Ross is P12, Aaron's 13th. Switchback's 14th, so Switchback is pitted as well. He's 15th, just behind Switchback, and then Bread, who's just stopped. P16. Chubbs then regrouping after that little error. He's going to probably lose a slip this time around. Got a half-second penalty to serve as they get onto the back straight.
It was an interesting battle, weren't it, between the two title contenders of GT1.
Yeah, the red light starts to shine for Witchell then, so he's likely to be in this time around.
Is there a difference between tyres and fuel with Witchell and Tom?
It would be interesting to see if anybody's managed to go further and can do that ninth lap.
Fuel than T. Smith, so T. Smith's definitely in this time. I imagine which was going to be in as well.
Yeah.
Homer did a really good job at his fuel. He's not even on the red line yet, so he can go one more lap. So can Ron.
Yeah. If you can squeeze that last lap out.
Doing this on two stops.
If you can squeeze that last lap out, that is 2 stops, isn't it? So.
In just 1 litre of fuel left. Chubbs has carried on though, so Chubbs has saved some fuel.
Be interested to see what times Simon's doing as well. Blue flag on the fresh set of softs as well.
Derek is in as well.
Coming into the final last corners. Don't know the names, I'm not Lee.
Outlap.
We'll call them Twisty 1 and Twisty 2.
That was Blanchard.
That's the one.
So because this is outlap, so this one probably won't be a...
Spell it, Lee.
Blanchard. BLACHIMOND.
I spelled head wrong today.
It's either Blanchimont or Blanchimont.
It's Blanchimont, apparently.
It's T, not D.
So close.
So blue flag gets back out ahead of T. Smith, who has short fueled, and T. Smith hasn't changed his tyres. So T. Smith, they're going for strategy, saving that time by not changing his tyres. And look at the gap he's got on Witchell as a result. Ross has also jumped back ahead of Witchell.
It's really interesting to see if Witchell, if Witchell will be able to catch him now with the fresher tyres.
Interesting, the sun's back out again.
Because realistically, if they're going to do another 9 laps, well, they only need to hold that lead from Witchell for 9 laps.
Yeah, T. Smith is definitely on this weird strategy now, because he hasn't filled the tank either. He's on about half a tank, so that's going to be looking at 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, probably.
So it's going to be a 3 stop, and he's just using a set of tyres every other stop, basically, or at least for this first bit. So just cutting out one stop, one tyre change overall, I would have thought.
Different all over the back of him.
Differently
this
though,
train
Aaron
here,
has...
then we've got switched back Graham, Derek and Marley. 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th.
If you just notice there that Aaron has changed onto a new set of mediums, has underfueled slightly but not by much in comparison to the Brawn boys. Rom's in the pits now as well. Interesting to see where he comes out, and Homer too.
The interesting thing is, I remember the mid-season special event, and the tyre wear was minimal. And to be fair, I made the mistake of switching tyres at my final stop, when the actual time drop-off was tenths of a second. So really could have saved myself 4 or 5 seconds by not changing tyres. So T. Smith's obviously gone for that gamble.
Sorry, I'm just going to put out in the chat, Mike has just put a very good point, saying if we do have anyone who's watching who's not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because you will then be our 450th subscriber. But then Brett jumped straight in saying, I've just unsubscribed, so you need 2 more now. Thanks, Brett.
Typical Americans thinking they're funny, hey? Right?
Yeah.
So here we go then, blue flag has retaken the lead, and T. Smith has jumped Rom for P2.
Very, very brave call from the Brawn boys there. The strategy
Ross
has paid off.
Jumped ahead of Homer.
Good luck to Tom. I'm trying to hold off Rom here.
Yeah, he has already lost the gap now to blue flagging first. Chubbs and Pine. Oh god. Not something I'd like to be close to another car with.
Chubb's got a bit of work to do in the back of Pine. There we go though. They come out of Radion. And with that run, it's going to be easy work. Chubb's back up to P8 then. Cat purring in my ear.
The cat doing what now?
That's not a cat, it's just Lee's partner.
Oh.
Be interesting now though to see.
Who's that the
was that? Witchell.
Which make a mistake there. Oh, and nearly again there. So went wide out Brissell, and then out of no name. Picked himself up a half-second penalty as well. So trying to get those tyres switched on.
We don't know if that was a mistake.
About a lap or so just to get some temperature in.
Might not have been a mistake, you know. He might have pretended to be a part-time gardener. We don't know.
Just ratcheting up the drama, isn't he?
Yeah. Bring in the viewers. Spin.
Graham finds himself in a BWT sandwich at the minute.
There it is. Thank you very much, Mrs. Marley, for being our 450th subscriber.
Yes.
Is it someone random? Is it Marley's partner? Is it Marley in a dress? We'll never know. Frankly, we don't care. 450 subs.
Marley in a dress is something I would like to see.
Rob, to the wall.
Oh, there he goes. Oh wow.
Rom there trying to go around the outside of T. Smith, got onto the AstroTurf. Let's go back and have a look then. So the side by side there. I'm trying to get the inside into Blanchimont. Outside's the dirty air. Yeah, just a bit of dirty air wash puts him out onto the AstroTurf and loses traction and into the wall.
Oh dear.
Through goes Ross. As a result then, so Rom has carried on. Just a 1 place lost, but I think what Rom needs to remember at this stage is that his strategy will save him 1 pit stop compared to everybody else. So he just needs to get his head back into the game and just focus on making his fuel number.
Aaron is closing in on Witchell now after that mistake, which is interesting. This could bring him into the fight.
Do a quick update on the points, Sean.
Yep, on the way.
And now, because the order's shuffled a little bit, so the points are going to be very different at this stage.
Shuffled quite a bit. So we've got blue flag P1 at the minute, T. Smith P2, and Ross in 3rd. Rom has dropped down to 4th place, and Homer is currently P5. He's then followed by Witchell, despite his brief moment. So we've got Witchell in P6. Aaron currently P7, so he's made his way up slightly since we last checked. It's a bit like Top of the Pops, this, isn't it? If anyone is old enough to remember that.
New entry in P8.
Just going the wrong way. Chubbs is P8. And in P9 we have Pine. a re-entry into the top 10. I'm going to stop that now. Switchback is P10. Yeah, if you can carry on with that, that's fine. Biggles in P11. Marley has made his way up to P12, and then we've got Derek, Graham, and Bread.
We're doing Matthias in the chat there. I believe that's all.
We won't mention who's last.
We won't mention who's last.
I think it's John. John, new contender. Fill in, maybe.
I think it might be Mrs. Marley.
Oh, yes, that does make sense. It does make sense because Mikey wouldn't be 16th. He'd probably be near blue flag, to be honest.
Alright, so it's a bit closer at the top now. So this is also now taking into account fastest lap and pole. So we've got BWT in 4th on 28, Halfords on 31, Braun GP on 38, and Rebellion on 41. So 3 points, hence 3 places at the minute, separating the top 2.
I don't
deep at the bus stop.
I don't want to slander anyone, but Zach, pick it out, please. Please sort your stuff out. This is not going well. You're in 10th, mate.
On, so he's indicating acceptance.
He's not a BMW driver. We know this.
Yep, Braun are going to need their GT2 drivers to make some progress.
Come out the bus stop there.
Interesting from Graham. I did expect a bit more. I'm not trying to slander you here, Graham. Your very soothing voice.
You're totally slandering you, Graham. Don't stand for that.
I'm sorry, Graham. I'm very impressed, Graham.
He's been through enough this season.
Looking at blue flag, he's very comfortably in the lead of this one.
Yeah.
It feels like too much drag out. Obviously, the last car coming around La Source, the first one at Lake Coombe, so huge gaps between the whole field still.
Certainly not after 12 laps.
We're very close now to half race distance.
Marley with the funny number as well on his car. Always great banter.
Hey. You've got a number and you just think to yourself, nice. Now, obviously in the history of FTRL, painting your car gold doesn't always work out, does it?
It's not associated with the best results, no.
I don't know.
I'd give that more.
Have you got any personal experience with that oven? A gold painted car not working out for you?
In my old F1 career mode in the Lotus. Yeah. That's about it. I did once paint one in Need for Speed gold and it got impounded. Back in the day, I suppose no is the answer to that, Lee.
I think Halfords have still got a chance. I'd call that more of a brass than a gold. So I think they're still okay.
Battle for P3 as Rom's caught back up to Ross up the inside of Blanchard, who forces Ross out wide. Ross there going around the AstroTurf there, so not making the same mistake that Rom did a couple of laps ago. And Rom has taken P3. Behind him, Homer is also closing back in on Ross. Mitchell's not far away either. Ross has a big twitch there out of the bus stop. Well, it's not really a bus stop chicane anymore, is it?
No, it's not really.
Aaron and Chubbs there also in shot there. So you've got 6 cars there as Homer up the inside of Ross into La Source.
It's tight.
Move done. Ross again lighting up those rear tyres. But Homer's got the move done, so the Rebellion boys back on the charge. 2 points back. Swinging in their favour.
How's T. Smith doing on fuel? He must be close. I was thinking he must be close to the. He must be close to the line now. Yeah.
I think was it lap 9? T. Smith pitted?
It was like
be interesting.
7.
Oh, he should still be okay. He should still be okay.
It was lap 8, I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a battered Mars bar.
No, that's Ross.
Cough, cough.
The other Braun. No, the other way.
The other Braun.
The other way.
Upwards.
The other way. No, the other way. The other way.
One more. Yes.
Oh, he's on the red line.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Called it.
Technical difficulties. Sorry. I have fat fingers. Do apologise, guys. That's not enough for another lap. So
no,
that will be in this lap for T. Smith. Managed to keep Rom behind though after Rom's mistake.
Position now.
Yeah. That's a massive gap between Blue Flag and Rom.
So look at that. So Thomas coming out of Piff Path while Blue Flag into Campus. That's a big old gap. It's probably about 4 or 5 seconds. So Blue Flag is continuing his strong form from the latter part of the season, or most of the season, to be honest.
4 or 5 seconds. What a song as well, guys. 5 Seconds of Summer, I believe it was. Great tune.
That's completely bypassing, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I do apologise. It must be me showing my age here.
I think it's probably us showing our age.
I think it was my white girl era during my school time.
Switch back. Let's go ahead. Pine.
Ooh, he's ditched the battered Mars bars. There we go. Joke made. There we go. Fantastic. Really funny. People, you can laugh. Thanks, chat. Cheers, guys. Oh, Graham, that's a barrier. That's
right around.
Oh, as Flow Rider once said, you know, spin me right round, baby.
It's alright, because the only person who's going to overtake him is his teammate.
Mikey, what a hero. He's made an overtake. Oh, my, unbelievable.
He's on his way.
Set that up
He's on his way.
Set that up several corners. Marley into the pits. T-Smith is also pitted because Rom and Homer
on his way to that mythical P11 now, is Mikey.
I think so.
Got that Blue Flag at Lacoon as Rom comes out of Radiant, so huge lead now for Blue Flag. Also
I'm having support. I'm having support in the chat for up the 69 as well. You know, we love that. Cheers, Derek. We do love the 69.
Derek, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a great, funny number. Funny banter number. Yes. Shush the white. Oh, I mean, no, not funny number. Sorry, Marley. No funny number. That's all.
Let's regroup. Then he's T-Smith has come just behind him. Ross has also stopped. They've now filled the tanks by the look of it. Switch back also filling the tank.
Just like I said, Matt Man's made a really interesting call here in the chat. His money not being on bread. So
at the minute, Braun find themselves 12th, 13th, 14th and 16th. Obviously, the pit cycles, so we'll back up the Blue Flag now on the red line. Do a pit stop.
The thing with the endurance races, the strategies can differ, but I think that one person will do something completely different to everyone else. I think it's taking those risks that will gain you the places.
It seems to be Braun that are doing something a little bit different.
Oh, Jack Smith in the chat, up the Lee field. Heroic stuff, mate. My captain, leader and legend. Brother of T. Smith. It's unfortunate your brother's losing his hair and has lost his... well, he's lost it really, hasn't he? By choice, of course. No, I mean there is hair there. It's like I don't know, it's like imagine someone's like cut a C into the front of his hairline. That's what it is.
Like a horseshoe.
Yes, a horseshoe. Perfect. There you go. That's
in which direction? In which direction?
Oh, yeah, it's hair at the front and then in the middle. like your granddad Tony's cousin.
He can grow the 2002 Ronaldo again if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh no, he couldn't. Bless him. No, the front is gone. It's.
So he can do a reverse Ronaldo.
Reverse Ronaldo.
Yes. Yeah. So Witchell has just said less hair equals more aerodynamics as well, which I do call him Mr. Slipstream when he's running, because he's weirdly quick for a tall, bold bloke. And waterproof.
So many advantages.
I can't have James bolster my team next season. No. Waterproof, that's really made me laugh, Derek.
Pine's going well.
Flag is out in 9th. He made his second stop. Potentially a little bit of traffic to deal with here.
Yeah.
Like fresh rubber. Pine's probably got just under half a tank. So he's probably got a few more laps in him yet.
Spiggle's done his second stop. If not, this is a really good drive from him.
Don't know. I don't think we saw him in. Not 100%. Biggles.
Biggles.
Not yet, no.
Oh yeah, he's only got just under half tank.
I know, he must have made
sure?
his second stop. I think he must have made his second stop.
I was gonna say, he's really saving fuel, if not.
That's a really impressive drive. Again, I don't think he changed his tyres.
No, that tyre wear on those mediums, yeah, that's definitely a double stint in them. Now finds himself in fourth.
It's a lovely view of the
Which
barrier.
Time around.
Which was pushing the limiter.
For Home and Rom, look, they're on the same sort of fuel as Biggles.
Mm.
Doing a really good job with the fuel save.
We have one more viewer in the chat, and Chubbs will cut his hair off. Just like to get that out there now. I'm going to my laptop now. Hang on.
Here comes Witcher. Here comes Aaron.
So this will be interesting where they come out into the field.
Pine's tyres are significantly worse than a lot of the other drivers who have double stinted their tyres, their mediums. Tyre wear is not his strong point.
He's not a connoisseur.
He's gonna struggle to hold the guys behind him back for much longer.
Smith just getting ahead of Graham. That's Homer and Rom.
We have more viewers in the chat. We have more viewers in the chat. Chubbs, bold confirmed.
Current Rebellion 1, 2, 3.
Well,
Pine cooks tyres like no one else.
Nearly a 1, 2, 3, 4. If Biggles can get ahead of Pine here, Rebellion will hold the top 4 places. They're doing a good job in P6 as well, hanging on to the back of Biggles, and Pine's got a half-second penalty, so we might see it.
yeah, he's not far off.
Biggles, big
careful.
slide there.
I must say, from all the Rebellion boys, this has been a fantastic effort. Even
Marlon
Ron
made
with
a very
his
good point in the
mistake.
chat there that having a haircut like Tom saves a lot of money on shampoo.
I was going to ask this question, but I didn't know if it was rude. If you're bald, do you shampoo your hair?
What hair?
Well, the scalp.
Oh, your
Still-
scalp.
Still little hairs, surely. I mean,
I think you just oil it, don't you?
lube it, baby oil. Tom, if you're in the chat, mate, can you ask us if you shampoo your hair, please?
Twice a day, every day.
Can you tell us? What do you do? What's your hair care treatment, Tom?
Or is it skincare at that point?
Probably, yeah, probably.
No, just shower gel.
Derek up to P5.
Biggles, so the Rebellion 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably going to be denied, despite Pine about to serve his penalty.
Fair play to Derek.
Yeah, going well.
If Derek times this right, he can punt Pine to keep him in P4. No. That would have been some serious teamwork. Well, Pine just got full in the way of Biggles.
Biggles was maybe expecting him not to ghost there. Yeah, went solid.
Might be a potential penalty for Biggles there. He's a little wide. He should be okay though. There's blue flag.
On these three, as
He's
peeling off
arrived.
was Derek, I believe.
Yep.
So Derek in. That's one less car for blue flag to overtake, who's quickly catching those two previously 3 cars ahead of him.
Being very consistent, being in the 17s, lap 13 and 15 being 18s, but
17 on from blue flag is the fastest lap, so yeah, it's touching the 16s nearly.
Tom's come back very quickly with his head care routine. I think he must have had that on copy and paste. He says shave head before shower, bit of face scrub, then secret ingredient is conditioner. Super smooth.
That's why he gets to run so fast.
I
It
love
makes sense now.
I love that you condition your head.
I'm going to buy
It
Tom
makes
one
me
of those
very
mini spoilers.
Makes
you
me
know,
very
like
happy.
Timu or Wish. I'm going to stick it on the back of his head. Absolute burners. Shoulders will be
Awesome.
left
Good
out.
on it. Blue
Real
flag,
action going on.
Outside of Biggles, it's Lecoum. He's got himself a half-second penalty as well.
Are we going to make a late race prediction wins?
Ooh.
I still think Rom's the one to beat.
Mhm.
Because at the minute, both he and Blue Flag have still got one stop to make. So Blue Flag's got some work to do. And that's quite a big gap between Blue Flag and Rom. Now, obviously, Blue Flag's final stop will be a little bit shorter. So some of that gap will be brought down. But at the minute, as Blue Flag makes his move on Pine into pit path.
Fantastic overtake that is.
Yeah, that's
Really,
tyre
really
advantage
smooth.
there. Huge tyre advantage, fresh softs against worn mediums. flag is flying again. Got some clear track ahead of him. Try and eat into that gap of the top 3.
Well, hair today, gone tomorrow. Might get that tattooed across my neck.
Why not get it tattooed across your head?
Oh, Tom. Any volunteers? Tom? You have the space?
That's cleared Ross. P11.
I think we've got a...
Chubbs is in from 3rd.
Yeah, we've got a couple more people to make their stops in this sort of phase of the race, so after that we'll look for another score update, see where we are.
So Derek's asked
Who have we got
discuss...
left? Who's left to stop? Sorry, who's left to stop? Rom.
If Homer can get there. Not slow, Homer. I don't think Simon's out of it yet, boys. I really don't.
No, I think they're both. So bear in mind, he's got one more stop to make at least.
Yeah.
As do Rom and Homer, who are going to be in this lap because Rom is on the red line. I imagine Homer is as well. So
Rom's pace is just a little bit more consistent than Simon.
Yeah,
I think had some traffic to deal with though as well. So
yeah, this lap especially is going to be critical to see just how close he can get. Yeah.
Just a tenth and a half off his ultimate best now, so right straight back into the low 217s. Now he's got some clear track.
Yeah, he does have the fastest lap. I don't think Rom's quickest. I don't think he's too far off that. There's not much to choose.
Biggles has got back ahead of Pine, so Pine's had a moment somewhere. And the weather is just starting to close in again. Look.
It is indeed. We'll very briefly touch on the liveries for Derek.
Yeah.
Well, we're currently looking at Biggles, so let's talk about the Rebellion. We're going to go into Pine. No, we're going to go back to Biggles.
Sorry, fat fingers again. Do apologise, guys.
So for those
very
who don't know,
creative,
Rebellion.
actually.
Yeah, so the Rebellion livery, of course, they are a GT team. They have a prototype LMP2. This is one of their liveries. It's a nice mixture of black, silver, or silver, white, and red. Quite a striking livery. Quite like it.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's not a lot going on in terms of detail, but it's
obviously
clean.
The other livery, of course, was the multicoloured sort of black car with the
front touring
paint splatters on it. I was a big fan of that one.
I think my favourite livery does go to the BWT. Purely based because I associate racing cars with lots of stickers, because me growing up as a child was very childish and I used to put stickers on my toy cars. So there you go, that's mine.
Here we go now.
I do like a reasonably busy livery. Something just too plain just looks a bit bland, doesn't it? Now you need just a bit of colour, a bit of sponsorship, just
to keep it going. Sorry, Sean, by the way.
No, that's alright. I was just looking at blue flag. I was just looking at blue flag coming around turn 1. See how far ahead he gets.
We're now making what should be their last stop as well. So where are they going to filter back out again? Rom's on his way.
Witchell's through. Tom's through. No, Witchell's not through.
It's getting ever so dark.
Witchell has slotted in between the 2 Rebellion cars, and it is getting a bit cloudy.
Very cloudy.
So that might not be.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that might not be the last stop yet.
Now, has blue flag then timed this perfectly?
We shall see that then. Last few pit stops being made. They're coming through. Bread coming through. Marley going into La Source.
Come on, Marley. Funny number. Send it, son.
Blue flag has inherited a healthy lead again. T. Smith back into P2. Not too far behind, and you imagine on those soft tyres he's going to be closing down pretty quickly.
Now, Ron does need to dispatch the T. Smith very quickly, but that's not an easy feat, as we saw last time out. Obviously, Ron clipping the Astro with the dirty air, spinning it, sending it into a wall, giving it a little kiss.
Good battle here as well between Aaron, Chubbs and Ross. Ross does have a half-second penalty.
God's sake, I should have one job.
Come down towards Puon. And now very much entering the final third of this race. Oh, that's Marley going deep at Brussels. Just about gets away with it though, but that'll have Brad to take a couple of tenths out of him. Still, we've got a Halfords bookend to this field with the blue flag in the lead and Graham in P16.
Field are in a Halford sandwich here.
very, very dark now. This is the darkest it's been. There's been a couple of sort of cloudy periods, but this is the darkest yet. So are we going to see weather at the minute?
Before that happens,
screen. So keep an eye on that little bar to the left of the tyre graphic at the bottom left corner. Because once it starts to rain, as T. Smith pits, and so does Witchell. What tyres are they going to go onto here? You'd imagine they've got to go into slicks because there's no rain falling at the moment.
Very long track though, is Spa. So
Spa is it now? For those who didn't see the last GT World Series in Amsterdam a few weeks ago, the Manufacturers' Cup was at Suzuka. It was a 35 lap race. So, medium and hard tyres were compulsory. Now, what they did there was they had the weather play a factor in that race. And the weather, now normally when it comes in quite quickly. You see on the radar, it gets there in a certain time, the whole track gets wet as it gets there, and it's just quite uniform across the circuit. With this particular race they did, it started to get wet at Spoon Corner first, so you come round, the track's dry, you kind of come out the hairpin, get towards Spoon, so the track starts to get wet. Then you leave, go over the crossover, the track dries out again, it's fine. Next lap it got a bit wetter again at Spoon, the wet part of the track had extended a little bit, and then further round, and then next lap round, then the whole track started to get wet, but then Spoon was still the wettest part, and then as the weather moved across the circuit, Spoon then started to dry up, and the rest of the circuit was very wet, so you had kind of different levels of weather at different parts of the circuit, so whether or not that's a factor here, as switch back there with these wipers on.
So,
there's rain.
Oh, the rain is coming. Here we go.
Now,
lots of people
is legendary for its weather.
Lots of people have just made
on the tyre, next to the tyres, look.
So lots of people have just made pit stops. Switchback is just about to come in for his pit stop. So it'll be really, really interesting to see what these guys do.
Did Tom and Witchell know? Which went on the wets. T. Smith did go on to the mediums.
At the minute though, that track's still too dry and he's going to be struggling.
The rain is coming down though.
Sliding hard. But yeah. So this is down. Here we go, big switch up now. Now the key thing for the likes of Rom and Homer is that they aren't going to need fuel.
Blue flag's in.
Blue flag's in, yep. So it's now reached that bar, look, so it's now intermediate weather.
I think everyone's going to have to stop who's on slick tyres.
Sure
unless it's just a brief...
Oh, Rob's going round.
He's banking on it being
as well, so
a brief shower.
Look at them scrambling for grip here. This feels like... Oh, going straight on.
There goes Chubbs.
That's Chubbs. Aaron's been reset as well.
Oh, my word. This is going to change.
Line the rears up.
This is going to change absolutely. Evan Chubbs trying to get the pit lane. Oh, my
Nothing
goodness.
but professional racing here.
That was brilliant.
I blame Chubbs entirely.
Oh, look how wet it is here now. Look at how wet it is suddenly at the switchback, struggling to get the car stopped. It is. Why? Oh, who's that round? The switchback.
It's been reset.
No, he's been reset halfway down the straight. Oh, Rom and Homer in such trouble here.
Brad's gone round.
Everybody.
Marley's gone as well.
Oh, wow.
Marley with his best pirouettes.
Oh,
what a turn.
Carried on, and you've got to feel that's a mistake. Where are Homer and Rom? Look at them. Look how far they've not got.
Oh, my word.
Blue flag's out the pits and already on them. Why have Homer and Rom have made a huge error here?
It's a horrible mistake. It could mean absolute disaster for Team Rebellion. Oh, no, I can see him I can just see Rom just rotating
as well.
On the straight.
So, Rom, look at him. He can't even get going in the straight line. Rob's got no tyre temperature.
1 minute 18 and he's not even at the top yet.
And it's nearly pushing wet weather, look. That bar is nearly that second line. And once you get there, that's wet weather tyres. So it's nearly wet weather now. Up to that first line, you can kind of just about get away with the slicks up to the first line. Then it becomes intermediate weather.
I don't know what entire sector which sector
Rom's going straight on again.
He's just, at this point,
penalty.
He just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction. I don't know how Witchell's picked up 6 seconds of penalties. It must have been prior to his stop.
Drove through the stands, maybe.
It's killed some spectators.
Yeah, took a few
6 second penalty. Oh, and he's just tapped Homer nearly off the track. Here comes Aaron.
Big for Aaron, though.
Oh, this is massive.
Suddenly,
this has swung the points.
Aaron sideways.
Tokyo
massive all
drift from
around. Homer's on
Homer's
the wall.
Homer's off, no name.
No.
Penalties
refuses to
gathering
turn
all
there.
the while as well.
This is
Ross on the
disaster.
wets as well.
I think he
So
must
I
be.
saw him in the
Pace
pit, so
he
at least he's on
must be.
intermediates. I think he's
So
on
we've got a
intermediates.
mix of inters and wets, haven't we?
At the minute, it's in the intermediate bracket.
I
The
can
wets
only
will probably be okay, but at the minute you really want to be the intermediates.
I can only think the Rebellion boys just didn't see the rain coming, didn't check the radar, and just thought they could ride it out.
But how wet it was at that corner that you would.
There's someone that looks basically stationary up at Eau Rouge. They must have They must have changed their tyres, surely. Graham's on the intermediate. Someone's on the softs there. Who's that? Oh, it's Brett. Oh dear.
We saw Brett going off at the run down to Blanchemont.
Keep going, you
Now look at the
American
track
dream.
again. It's drying already.
This is absolute carnage.
It's still in the intermediate. So you see here at the start-finish rate, it's wet. Or maybe that's Blue Flag going offline. But on the racing line, look, it's nearly back at that first bar. But this part of the track is definitely wetter. But then here, look, it's nearly soft tyres. So that's probably why Chubbs, who's pitted, suddenly is the lead Rebellion car.
I'd just like to say a big hello to Matthias in the chat. Thanks FTRL, of course.
So fast he completed the trick yesterday.
Yes. What a hero. Just completed it in a plane.
Yeah, there's definitely still a dry-ish line there, isn't there? It's not gone full wet. I'm reluctant to. We've only got 6 laps to go. I'm sort of reluctant to update the score because I have no idea what's going on. Oh, Homer.
Oh, Homer's gone round again.
Yes. Graham said that he stopped for his last stop the lap before the rain and ended up having to pit again anyway.
So
Derek going quite
Ron's
nice.
got to be
Tiptoeing
going in
around.
the. Oh, how is he
Gonna
not
try
in the
and persist.
pits?
So you can
The
see
rain
now,
must
look,
have
on the
stopped.
racing
Yeah.
line, it's so nearly ready for the slicks again. But I think the time lost now, because if you look where's Blue Flag, if we can go to Blue Flag and see where Rom is compared to Blue Flag. So Blue Flag's
Well, yeah,
Blue Flag's
the,
a poo on, so
well,
that's not worked out for Rom at all. He can pit and he'll still come out ahead of Rom.
Well, the lap times on the right hand side are not always reliable, but I just looked at Homer's and it was 4 minutes 30.
I
It was a 4 minute 4 for Homer. It might have been Rom that was 4 minutes 30, but
I think
Pocahontas just said in chat that Tom didn't have any inters or wets.
This is very different now.
Sorry, boys.
no, surely not.
Tom apparently didn't have any inters or wets.
Oh my word!
Buy them.
He didn't buy them at the start. Oh my!
He spent a lot of his money on turkey treatment, maybe, for his hair.
Too much scalp wax, not enough intermediate tyres.
Turkey treatment Smith. Is that what the T stands for?
Yes.
Turkey Smith.
Turkey Smith.
Tom didn't buy the tyres. Brilliant, mate. I'm so proud of you.
Outstanding. Well,
sorry to jump in.
Alright.
Please don't call him that, because you know I won't speak to him ever again.
Oh, Aaron! Wow, what a guest appearance! Aaron, what's going through your mind right now with Ross up your chuff?
I was just dominating him, to be honest.
Oh, just like in the bedroom.
Yeah, look at my Mr. Bean helmet. That I don't know if you can see.
I saw it.
Mr. Bean.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know what Ross has also got one, but I'm not sure what it was, to be honest. If we can, I don't know whether it will show us at any stage in a minute.
We need face cams, don't we? See the expression of the chuff. Sorry.
We need a Francois Bourgeois camera view.
Yes.
What we need after all that is an update on the scores. I think.
Yes.
Love that transition, Sean. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
Well, look at that line now. That racing line, look, is dry. That racing line is now dry. Look, it's now back under that. So if you can stay on that line, suddenly the slick tyres are the ones to be on again. But the time lost by Homer and Rom is so significant there. Well out of contention.
Pines in the
Pines
pits.
in.
Oh, I'm gonna wait. This is
The
pointless.
intermediate, to be fair, the intermediates are probably going to last. Like, you're probably going to lose a few seconds here, but like the Blue Flag Chubbs, there's probably no point in them pitting.
Do what I did at Tokyo and just stay on them. Brave the dry and the inters. They're still grippy. They're still reasonably quick. Which will maybe making the wrong choice going to the wets there.
Yeah, maybe you thought it was going to be a lot heavier than it was. I mean, when the rain was at its worst, they were probably fine, but like now, Biggles also on the wet tyres, and he's just struggling for grip. He's all over the road. Oh, gathers it up though.
Biggles did say in the chat, only looked like a small band of rain. ... Well, you were sadly mistaken, my friend.
I mean, it was a small band of rain, but it was heavy.
Yeah, I do blame Mikey for that. Sorry, Mike.
Kitted for fresh tyres.
T. Smith. Then we've got Pine in P10. Rom now all the way down in P11 after all that. And then Graham has made his way to P12.
Mikey
Marley.
isn't 11th. That is positive.
No, he will finish in P11, don't worry. It's gonna happen, everybody. Just have faith.
Zach, you had one job. Oh my god. There's a
All
blue
right.
flag. He's about to be lapped.
Zach's already been lapped. So.
Zach has been lapped. Brilliant, Zach. God's sake.
It's because Pagani's not there for him to like base his time off. If Pagani was there, he'd know how fast he needs to be going because he'd just be 2 tenths slower.
Yes, exactly.
But
Aaron, I mean, this is a brilliant drive. It's going unspoken about, really.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, from
head
P
down.
nowhere in qualifying.
Ross is in. So Ross is getting off of his intermediates, so he's going to go on to the slick tyres again.
Right, I'm going to do a score update
Which
just
does it as
before
well.
Ross's, just before these pit
Oh,
stops.
somebody's spinning further up the road. Who was that?
Ross
It
Bread.
was Bread.
He's being
Bread having a
lapped.
spin.
Another news,
Flag,
water is
now
wet.
Going for the wet parts of the track. Try and call those tyres.
Yeah.
But with just 4 laps to go, you can imagine he's just going to stick it out.
Well, what a chaotic end to this race.
I'm gonna do a score update just before those pit
Yes.
stops. Somehow, Rebellion still lead.
Oh my!
They've all swapped positions. They're on 42 points still. Halford's on 39, so Halford's are now the challengers. BW2 33, and Braun from challenging for the lead are now on 24 points.
Is that getting in Aaron's way?
Say that again, Sean, sorry.
Rebellion 42, Halford's 39, but that was before these pit stops that have just happened, so...
Come on, Mikey! Push, Michael!
Because although you've got Blue Flag and Aaron P1, P3, Graham and Mikey's still struggling, and whereas Rebellion are a lot more evenly spaced out now.
There is a spin in the final corner, is that? Or is that just them going round? There is a reset there.
Oh. Who did we lose?
We didn't. It wasn't a reset, it was Graham pitting.
Oh, Derek's in the pits onto the softs.
Go on, Derek!
Is anybody else still on wet tyres?
Who's that? Oh.
Oh.
Pine. Pine's been around. So he's got a wet...
Oh, hello.
What's happened here then? Get the
Wet
curb.
curb.
Touched a wet curb. It's
Another wet curb.
Curb on the turf, yeah, round he goes. Oh, saves it. And then goes the other way.
Tom Holland is not known for his racing ability.
He's usually a bit stickier than that, though.
He is normally stickier than that. Must have left his super suit at home. Wrong superhero, sorry.
Rom goes through as well then, so Rom and Biggles both taking points from BWT. So again, just...
Tom, who actually stayed on the slicks, only in 7th. Not awful from a man who was so poor he couldn't afford wet tyres.
Blue flag is in. So race leader is in to get off of those intermediate tyres. Chubbs is going to carry on though.
Inherits the lead. Oh,
Is he going to stick it out?
Aaron's pitting as well.
Chubbs might well look to stick this out for the last few laps now. It's a big ask.
Zach might unlap himself here.
The intermediate tyres can sort of survive. There's still wet bits of the track.
You just don't.
So he'll be losing a couple of seconds, obviously. But
you never quite know how much they're going to wear, though, do you? If they run out,
that's true.
You're in trouble. So it's a gamble for Chubbs, but it could get him the win.
Which good recovery from him back into 4th. Coming around the last few corners now. Will he jump Aaron?
Get Aaron here as well. Aaron's on his way.
This is going to be very close.
Aaron should be fine. Aaron should be fine. Yeah, he's out of. Just needs to make sure he doesn't spin coming out of the pit lane. So that's not going to do. The exit's very wet. Look. Gets onto the driver. Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, speaking from experience there, that's not fun.
I watched Super GT do it in his GT1 series race.
Excellent.
On Saturday. Came out of the pits, just nailed it. Obviously, didn't factor in the fact that the pit lane exit was still wet because it wasn't the dry line, and pitched himself into the wall, got damage, and a 3-second penalty.
Brad was saying in chat that the Ferrari strategy was in full effect tonight. I do agree with him. However, the spinning. Would you like to talk about that, mate?
Wait, that was the Lance Stroll strategy.
Oh God, yes. The UGE Day Takuma Sato strategy. Scott Speed of FTRL.
Hey, don't diss Scott Speed.
Toro Rosso's finest driver.
Absolutely. But that was Kvyat, surely.
The torpedo.
Daniel the Torpedo Kvyat.
What a lineup that would be for Rebellion next year. If you don't know, guys, Danny Kvyat and Scott Speed are actually racing for Rebellion next year.
Well, Chubbs is just coming out of Paul Frere, and Blue Flag is coming into Campus. Now, Paul Frere now, so 2 and a bit laps to go. He might be able to hold on here. Aaron now sitting nicely in 3rd. Mitchell a few seconds back over the side of pit path. So keeping him honest, Ross then P5, and we've got Homer who's come back to him in P6, so half-second penalty. T. Smith just coming for a poo on, so he's quite a way back.
Who on what?
Eagles in 8th. Behind him in 9th.
This is Rebellion's to lose at the minute.
Well, they tried to throw this away.
They tried very hard.
I think they didn't learn from last week, because we saw how being on the right tyres at the right time was key for Blue Flag last week.
Yeah, they've been somewhat bailed out by their GT1 drivers so far.
No, absolutely. I think if Chubbs wins, I will subscribe to his OnlyFans. Link down below.
From what I can tell, there's just a lot of content of him trying to punch spiders and it not working, and then running for his arm and he falls on his chair.
Just
If
in
that's
the
the kind of
news.
content you're all about, then please do sign up for his OnlyFans.
Sorry, not I meant to say lonely fans. Do apologise.
Lonely Grams.
Lonely grannies. Wayne Rooney's also a fan of this.
when Rooney has a lifetime subscription.
So Chubbs is lonely.
Go on, lads, we're on the penultimate lap
saying
now.
he's putting some money into Chubbs' OnlyFans, so Mapman's
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
My money's on Shopify. Sorry.
That's the secret code of saying, I've subscribed.
It is. Zach didn't unlap himself. I am very
He's now
upset.
been lapped by 4 cars. Zach has.
He has.
Well, everybody's more or less spread out a little bit now, but Rebellion having regrouped.
Good recovery from Biggles.
Oh, Mikey's had a drama.
Mikey,
He's picking up some of the polystyrene boards.
Mike.
He's using for his braking reference. He doesn't know where to brake without them in the right place. So now Chubbs is on the red line of fuel.
Oh wow.
It's probably only just tipped over, so he might be able to, with a bit of fuel saving, get there. But bear in mind, he did stop a lap earlier last time around. So
Blue Flag's not anywhere near as far behind as he was either.
Chubbs is definitely slower than he was.
Well, he'll be losing
He's
time on
coming
fuel
quickly.
saving. Losing time with the tyres. This could be a massive drive
Catching
now.
Aaron as well.
It's not over yet.
Almost up on the podium.
Simon does still have the
Chubbs
fastest lap though.
Onto the final lap.
Yeah.
What's his lap time? It's what was Chubbs' lap time there? It was a 2:20 something. 2:20, 2:33. Oh no.
Oh,
2:21 from Blue Flag. Chubbs did what was it? 2:27.
2:27.
6 seconds he took out of in that lap. And that's not a 6-second gap there, so
this could be Blue Flag's race.
could be.
Which was catching Aaron as well though.
To go. Thankfully, Aaron's
Zach
not in
is
the same
catching
fuel
Mitchell.
predicament,
Here comes Switchback. Final lap.
Ross has
Homer's
got
also caught Ross.
Yep, Homer Simpson. Marge. Right behind him there. That gap has
Still hanging
shrunk
out. Chubbs' fuel
incredibly.
position. Look at Chubbs' fuel. He's right on the cusp now. That's. Is he going to make this? Is he going to make it?
Oh, if he runs out of fuel.
Blue flag's nearly on him already, and we've still got half a lap to go. Aaron's keeping Mitchell at arm's length.
Aaron.
Let him go, Chubbs. Just get to the end of the race.
Let him cook. Let him
You're
cook.
asking a racing driver to give for a victory.
Oh,
Mitchell goes through.
Oh, you can't park there,
Blue flag's
sir.
taking the lead. Meanwhile,
Oh no, it's all happening.
he's Chubbs out of
It's
fuel
all
now.
happening.
He's still going, but Blue flag's hit the front.
My
Yeah, I
magic
think it looks
time
like he's just
powers
pulled
already
over.
wind it. As
Come out
Aaron's
of no name. Is Chubbs just
Aaron
going to pull
loses
over
the
here?
pace.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Chubbs knows it's not his race, so he just lets him go.
What a strategy call from the Halfords boys.
So if they gain 1 point with Blue flag taking the lead, they drop one through Aaron. Homer's also got Ross, so it swings it back towards Rebellion.
Sorry, fuck you, Lee.
No need. No need.
I've driven so well and I've stayed quiet. And yeah, I've gained 1 point for Blue flag, but I've also lost one for Aaron. Bastard. Anyway, sorry.
Unfortunately, Lee is not in a place to speak about this as he didn't make the final.
I'm going to end your team next season.
MLG
Here comes-
noises
Out of
everywhere.
Bloshimon for the final.
Here comes Blue
Out
flag.
of Bloshimon for the final time, then into the chicane. Blue flag then is going to come home victorious.
Chubbs is struggling to get to the end ahead of
Mitchell's
Mitchell.
catching him as well. Is Mitchell on him? No, it's Mikey.
He's there.
Oh,
Oh no, it's Mikey.
Go,
Chubbs made it.
Go, Mikey! Go!
Mikey, get
Go,
him!
son!
Get him! Go
Get
on,
him,
son!
Mike!
There makes it. He hangs on.
Failed.
So Chubbs gets P2. Mitchell's going to come back with a podium, then the lead GT1 driver. Aaron will get P4.
Aaron is P4.
Great job from Aaron there. Great job. Great drive.
Switch
Well done,
back
Aaron.
on track,
Thank you,
technically
thank you,
fifth.
thank
Well
you.
done, Aaron. Well done, Zach.
I'll slip you
because
that
Mikey
tenner
was a bit
tomorrow, Lee. Cheers, mate.
Homer gets P5.
Great
Ross
run
gets
from him,
P6.
unfortunate with the strategy.
Good
Poor
drive
from
from
Ross.
Ross.
Poor from Ross.
That's awful, mate. Awful, Ross. And Tom, that is disgraceful, mate. You've let the Scottish man beat you. Disgraceful.
Well, Ross is the team leader, to be fair. So. Biggles in 8th. Rom just behind him in 9th. So the final two Rebellion boys then. That'll be your first team home completely, which means it's going to be Rebellion then who are going to be victorious in the team's title.
What a drive.
Fine. Oh, we've got some formation flying from the BWT cars then. All for the cameras. All for the gram.
Good drive from these boys. Unlucky with the strategies.
Yeah, caught out by the weather. But the dramas, but still solid drives.
Funny number, Marley. Heroic.
Across the line
Lovely
then.
stuff
For
from
the
the
Instagram.
boys. Lovely
Across
stuff
the
for the
line, 10th,
boys.
11th and 12th.
Mate, we could
Derek
milk
and
that as
Marley.
a mental photo finish. Just saying.
We will. And what a win from Pine! Wow! Unbelievable!
And Graham
And here
then
he is.
the last one to cross the line on the lead lap. It's P13 for him. And there we have it then. So we'll let Mr. Sean do some math just to work out the
So-
final scores.
Your final standings are 4th place, Brawn GP, 24 points. 3rd place, BWT on 32. Halfords come 2nd on 36. And far and away, clear winners, Team Rebellion on 46. An exact reversal of the finishing positions of the teams in the regular season.
That's a
crazy. There we have
fantastic
it then.
season from all four teams.
Season 20, yeah, FTRL season 21. Done.
Completed it,
Is
mate.
it?
In the bag.
It is.
Completed, mate. Yeah,
Well,
completed it.
I'll,
Game over.
if I can just quickly jump in.
No.
No? Oh, okay. I won't.
No, go on.
That's fine. No, it's been a really, really good season. Numbers have been fantastic. Thank you to all of the boys for really really sort of giving this a go this season. And sort of putting a lot of effort into what was a bit of a risk in terms of what we've done with the championship format and that kind of thing. It's been obviously it's a shame for the people that missed out to have missed out on the final, and obviously a massive shame for Brawn, who just dominated the whole season, to end up not, having it the way that they wanted it today, because on paper they absolutely flew and they deserved obviously to win the trophy at the end of the season. But that tonight is exactly what this was designed for. Do you know what I mean? You could, Rebellion squeezed in by 6 points on the final race of the season. I know obviously we had to chop and change the team slightly during the season, but it all comes down to one race and they absolutely smashed it. So fair play to them. Next season, I can't wait. We've got a week off next week and then we go again the following week. So the week's starting the 4th of October. There's still 1 or 2 spaces in like GT3. So if anybody is watching or listening or whatever they're doing that might be interested in having a race with us, you're more than welcome to do so. And thank you to the admins and the commentators and everybody that's taken all the time to run everything, because without them it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is. So thank you to everybody and everyone that watched and stuff. It's been the best season we've done by a country mile, I think.
No, yeah, thank you too, Aaron, for setting all this up and organising it all with the help of the admins. We wouldn't be able to enjoy this without yourself as well.
Big kiss.
Big kiss.
Yeah. But no, it's been wicked, so I hope everybody's enjoyed it. But no, next season, really, really exciting. We've kind of expanded just a tad. If I can, I might as well just quickly say, so we're going to be sticking with a teams format for next season, similar to this. However, there will be a finals week rather than a finals day. So whichever teams finishes in the top 3 of the championship will automatically qualify for the final on the Friday, and then whichever teams finish 4th, 5th and 6th in the championship will go into a playoff race on the Thursday to qualify for the final space in the big final. And we're going to introduce a Pro and Pro-Am category into GT1 and 2 as well, with the Pro-Am car being slightly better than the Pro car in both divisions. And there'll be teams of 4, 1 Pro and 1 Pro-Am from each division. So nice and simple once you get the gist of it. But proper exciting. People up and down the divisions that have changed slightly as well, like Rom, Blue Flag, etc. are coming up to GT1. We've sadly lost Pine from GT1, but hopefully he'll be back. And then Oven, GT3 champion, up to GT2. All exciting stuff. But yeah, I'll leave you boys to wrap up. But thank you, everybody. Muchas gracias.
So, yeah, there we go then. Season 21 is over and out. We have got a week break, and then we are back with Season 22 of GT action here on FTRL. How do we sort that final then, boys?
Wow. Well, wasn't expecting that. At all. Drama everywhere.
Typically, the weather plays its part in that one. I think we all expected Rebellion to just be cruising that one. Rom and Homo seemed almost clear 1 and 2 with their strategy on the fuel, and then the weather said no, and they very nearly threw that away, but managed to salvage it, and in the end came home comfortable winners. So, yeah, plenty of drama all the way to the flag there, with Chubbs almost running out of fuel as well.
Should we give a driver of the day?
Driver of the day, yes. That's I mean, it's difficult to look past Blue Flag being victorious.
No, I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
the strategy, the overtakes.
Superbly, was on the right side at the right time, made all the right choices strategy-wise.
Yeah, fantastic performance.
Can I just I'd like to point out, I think Pagani's made a very good point here. I think I did a race for at least every single team.
What, as a backup?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Well, you're a champion regardless then.
I would like to thank you for all the participation, guys, and always coming to me. Really appreciate that.
All right.
Do you think next season will be... I think this season's going to be hard to top, but I think next season will absolutely wipe the floor with it, with entertainment-wise. So I would say all of you tune in, tell everyone about it. 100% you get to see me racing GT2. That's enough entertainment as it is. Owen and Luke in GT3, bless them. They'll be running up last of the grid. Always entertaining to watch. And all the boys in GT1.
Bring it on. Okay. That's
All right.
Thank you for watching. If you have any like the stream, please do so before you go. You get a week off to recharge and prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally for season 22, which starts the week. So the GT3 race will be on the 4th, the GT2 race will be on the 5th, and the GT3 race will be on the 6th. So please do join us for that. But from myself, from Sean, from James, for this evening, for the season, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.